Well, hello everyone. Okay, this chart is going to be called Trump Solar Return 2024. And since he's been in the news, I figure maybe I should look at his solar return chart. Although I'm not following any of them, I did hear last week that he was convicted. But here it is. Trump is ruled by the moon, and it's weakened by his moon being in Virgo in the third house, applying to elevated malefic Saturn conjunct midheaven from the ninth house. That puts him in a very vulnerable position. The moon is squaring Mercury, the dispositor, and in its fall in the 12th house. Mercury is in the 12th house and combust because it's too close to the sun and he gets burned. So what does the 12th house rule? Well, it's really the weakest house in that chart, and or in any really a chart, because look at the strain that it's in. I mean, the moon rules Trump, and it squares the uh, the Sun, Mercury, and Venus in the 12th. That's misfortunate because they're receiving squares from both the moon and Saturn. And let me tell you, Saturn also rules the public in this case, and the moon also publicity. Okay, now let's just move on. Let's now look at the Neptune in the 10th house. Well, let me see. Okay, so what does the 12th house rule? It rules misfortune and jail or prison. The sun is also weakened by being in the 12th house, squaring Saturn. I'm trying to slow down. Notice that the Saturn is elevated over the sun and the moon, and that is why he was convicted. So let me go on. Now let's look at Neptune in the 10th house, the co-ruler of the 10th. Jupiter, the co-ruler, is in detriment. That's because Jupiter and Neptune rules the 10th. Let's read Neptune first. It is the most elevated planet in the chart and is in the degree of desperation, the 29 degrees. So it is void, meaning it's not doing anything. The Sun, Mercury, and Venus are making a square to Neptune. 10th house rules the reputation of Trump or the public image. And in this case, Saturn rules the public and his counselors. So this is an easy chart to read. So we'll see what happens and follow along because I'm going to be posting this progress chart. But this is a solar return chart. And that's why I said earlier I have a video on how to read solar return chart. And solar return charts are for 1 year. And I think it's always good to see what you're up against or what you're going to be dealing with the following year. Okay, that's it for now.